nonsense, this education system. There's nothing that you're teaching our kids. You and I are product of nonsense education systems, boo. Somebody got to tell them. 30% of nothing. Even if they say pass mark is 80%, it's 80% of nothing. There's a German kid right now, as you and I speaking, subject mining. But when you look at his continent, wherever he comes from, there's no minerals underground. But the boys and girls are being taught about mining and minerals. Me and you, there was no subject called mining in high school. What mining were you taught in high school? What's the process to start a mine? Just tell me basics of mining. But mining is a strong pillar, probably amongst the strongest pillars of our economy. So that means that there's a child in Germany somewhere that's being prepared, in Asia somewhere that's being prepared to come and run this economy, while your kids are being prepared to come and work for those German kids that are going to come here in future. Because your kids are being taught how to do nonsense, how to label an insect. Insect label.
So guys, what are your thoughts on that? This man speaks, he's an activist, he's a South African, but he goes all over the continent doing activism, fighting the corrupt governments, and he went to school, he's a political, I think he studied political science, but he's a brilliant guy, he's an activist, he's a pilot, he's been shot at, his friends died next to him in some when they're doing demonstrations, and he swore he will never become a politician, because why you say you cannot join the system that's oppressing the people. Anyway, so I said that to say this. He's right 100%, and we are all, when I say we as a race, we are all guilty of this, going to school to study nonsense. Typical, and what he said is irrefutable. When a child in Europe study mining, so what? They don't have mines, as he said, and they don't have minerals and resources underground like the continent Africa does. So when our kids keep studying ridiculousness, like, as he said, studying the name of bugs and amphibian, or being an archaeologist, or being a nail technician, or a beauty this, or they're studying how to for child care, and mothers don't need to study for child care. I don't know why they have this thing in it. And anyway, there's so many ridiculous doctorates and degrees in degrees in PE, and they have degrees in all things that don't help us as a race. There's 4 pillars of any community we need, right? We need a school to teach our young students, teach our young people, black people to be specific. We need a hospital to take care of them, so when they get ill, we can take in a black-run hospital. I'm talking about all black-run systems. We need a bank to give loans and to help the black community to start businesses and build homes, and we need some markets to feed the masses. So there's 4 pillars we need in the black society: schools, hospitals, banks, groceries. And we have none of these. Let's say agriculture. We have none of these things, because these things are all run by other races. You have the Chinese take over the supermarket business and restaurants. You have the Arabs take over the police and stuff like that. Italians as well. You have hospitals are run by the most likely Europeans, and banks again, same thing. So anyway, we need to do better as a race, as in we need to start studying things that are actually going to benefit the continent, like the mining, as he said. We're teaching our kids to go work for the other races, while those races are teaching their kids to run our continent. We need miners. We need people who to know the basic operation of a mine, what goes into it, the crooks and crevices of it, the engineering and all of that. We need to have people. We need to send our kids to do engineering, doctors. We need lawyers. We need bankers. Those are the things we need immediately. We don't need no nail technicians, and beauty this and a designer. We don't need most of these nonsense. We need it to a level, but we can't have everybody, especially black women are the most educated right now when they're studying some ridiculous doctorates and master's degrees that we don't need. We need people in these fields study how to process gold, diamond, how to find it. We need geographical engineers. We need physicists, we need mathematicians. Those are the things we need in our black community. Not these unnecessary, I keep going back to that, this unnecessary doctorate. So I agree fully with this guy. This is Lux, I can't pronounce his first name, Nahala Lux Damini. He's a brilliant activist in my, he have a lot more videos online. You can go and check him out and you can understand where he's coming from. But I'm 100% agreed, and from now on, I'm not gonna push my kids to study some nonsense. Like my daughter says she wanna be a dance instructor, and one says she wanna be a chef. Chef is good, cause you can feed the masses. But you see, unnecessary. And one of my daughters are always as well is a nurse. Wanna be a nurse. So if we want to leave generational wealth, we have to have skills that are gonna needed in the future, regardless of how the world turns. Because you always need people to feed people. You always need chefs, cooks, and we're gonna always need nurses, because that's a given. So we need to work on getting bankers. Cause we need to have self-owned banks. We don't have none of that. So everything we need, we have to depend on the next race for. So until we can get to that point where we throw out the Western curriculum and teach African history, African things we need on the continent. There's some fish guy coming here. There was that thing blowing. That's when the fish man is coming around selling fish. Anyway, back to this. So me myself, I'm not gonna force a kid to go to non-college to raise debt and to have debt by the time they come to school, and then to have a skill that can do work with your hand is the best. Cause by me personally, I'm a carpenter slash. I have like two to three skills. I'm a baker slash chef by profession. I did like 15 years in that field, and I'm a glass cutter, and I'm a carpenter and painter. I do a few things. So we need to have this generation coming up to know how to use their hands, and we need to get intellectuals as well to do the engineering and the mathematicians and the physicists and those kind of people we need. We don't need nail technicians and what do you call those people, choreographers what do want to do with just people. We don't need those things right now. We need foots on the ground to take over the mining industry, the oil industry, the electrical industry. You know, all those important things we need in our society right now, especially on the continent of Africa. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. As always, you know how it is. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Like, share, and subscribe. Washington, SXN, podcast. Boom. Peace, one love. Boom.